this Diddy Dirty Money drama. So the other day I did a whole breakdown. I'm not going to do that whole situation again. Y'all can watch the previous episode. I did clip it, so it is on my YouTube channel if you want to catch up. But Dawn Richard, was a part of Danity Kane. And then when Danity Kane broke up, she was brought into Diddy's little super group called Diddy Dirty Money, which he did with Kalenna, who was on I think one season of Love and Hip Hop, as far as I can remember. Child, first of all, I don't even watch Love and Hip. That's another thing. If y'all watch Love and Hip Hop, leave that down in the comment because I don't know. And that show is still on, and I don't know nobody that watches it. It's the same thing with Basketball Wives. I'm like, okay, this show has been on for so damn long. I don't know one person that still watches that. Maybe if I contacted my mother, she probably still watches. I don't think she watches Love and Hip Hop, but I think she watches Basketball Wives. But I just feel like I've outgrown that whole type of genre of television. But anyway, or that style of TV. But anyway, excuse me. So Dawn came out with a bunch of allegations, said that that she had witnessed the diddler putting paws on Cassie. Even went as far as to say that there was some type of dinner that was had where Usher, Jimmy Iovine, and Neo were present at, and they witnessed Diddy punch her in the stomach. And then there was a whole, and I think she had to be carted off. And then he went about chatting with the guests like nothing happened. And then at one point, I think Dawn also said that she saw him drag. So I think it was her and a bunch of other people. I guess I'm a witness, if I'm not mistaken. I'm thinking about this all off the top of my head. But I'll just use Dawn as an example because she's the one that wrote the allegation, came out with the whole situation. She said that she witnessed Diddy dragging her up the stairs. So now Kalenna has come out and given her thoughts and said that she don't recall any of these allegations that Dawn has come out with, even though her name is mentioned in the suit. So, according to page 6, they said the former Dirty Money member released a statement on Friday where she was denied ever witnessing Combs abusing his ex-girlfriend of 10 years, Cassie Ventura, or any behavior that could be considered abusive or unlawful while working with Bad Boy Records founder. She said, while I fully respect Dawn's right to recount her experiences, I want to emphasize that her account reflects her personal perspective and should not be interpreted. I was like, did y'all misspell interpreted? They didn't. Let's continue. It says it should not be interpreted as a universal truth applicable to everyone involved. This is what the statement reads per TMZ. She continued, many of the allegations and incidents described in this suit are not representative of my experiences, and some do not align with my own truth. So, niece, I ask you this. What is your truth? Because, you saying that it doesn't align with your truth, but inquiring minds want to know exactly what that truth is. I was going to see if I could find the comments because what we love to do on this show is we love to come with receipts and read commentary from the fans. So I got it. Let's go. So they said Richard filed a suit against Diddy earlier this week, accusing him of SA and inhumane treatment, while also claiming she, as well as several other celebrities, witnessed him physically abuse his ex, Cassie. In the court docs, she claimed that she and Harper once urged Ventura to leave Combs after witnessing his treatment of her. When Combs got wind of the incident, Richard said he threatened them, saying, "Y'all bitches don't get in my relationship. Just make money and shut the F up. You bees want to die today," according to the lawsuit. This is what he said to them. And I believe every word. The former Danity Kane member additionally claimed she witnessed Combs throw a pan of eggs on the Long Way to Go singer as he yelled at her, "I've been asking you for my ish. I can't stand you, B. You never do it right." She also alleged she saw Diddy punch the Me and You singer in the face and attempted to strangle her with his bare hands inside his LA mansion during one of their altercations. Aside from the abuse she witnessed, one of the others, Richards claimed, Richard, why do they keep putting Richards? Her name is Dawn Richard, not Dawn Richards. See, this is how when white people start trying to talk about black folk stuff, y'all really need to get y'all stuff together. But anyway, it said that Richards claimed that Combs S.A.'d her on several occasions, once by touching her near her breast and butt while she was undressing in a changing room. Mr. Combs frequently smacked Ms. Richards' bare buttons and often commented on her body, noting that although she was too skinny, she had an ass. This is what the lawsuit reads. In response to Richard's lawsuit, Combs' attorney Erica Wool told Page Six that he is shocked and disappointed. Now, in an attempt to rewrite history, Dawn Richard has now manufactured a series of false claims that, in the hopes of trying to get a payday, conveniently timed to coincide with her album release and press tour, the statement read in part. Richard is the latest name to join a list of cases against the disgraced media mogul. Diddy's legal woes began last November when Ventura launched a bombshell lawsuit accusing him of rape and physical abuse. Now, here's the thing. Now, y'all really expect us to not believe any of this, that Dawn would just all of a sudden go and take the time to put together a lawsuit if it was all a lie? Like, I don't understand. It was all a lie. It was all a lie. I always go back to Love and Hip Hop. Shout out to Carly Rae. But anyway, so with all that being said, you really expect us to believe that based off Diddy's reputation, and I've been windmilling and going hard over this for years. I've been saying that Diddy ain't nothing but the damn devil. For years, I ain't never liked that man because there was always something sinister and just real evil about that man. How he would always come out trying to act like he was Mr. Positivity. No, we always aware of the type of monster he was. Not to the extent of this, but when all this other stuff started coming out, I wasn't surprised. And I just don't understand people that still are out here defending him, even with the evidence that we've had. If all of this wasn't true, then look, once upon a time, he did lie and say he never put hands on Cassie, right? And then what was it, a month later, the video came out? Where y'all seen it? And still some of y'all was out here making excuses, which y'all are a lost cause. Even when y'all have evidence put in front of, and I hate when people always be saying that, where's the evidence? Why you ain't come together? Why you ain't say nothing sooner? And it's like, for those of y'all who were saying this, y'all must be young because you do not realize that time, the magnitude and how powerful Diddy was, especially in this entertainment industry, especially his hold on MTV, on radio stations like Hot 97. And what other stations was there? I'm trying to think back in the day. I know we had, well, KTU was more or less dance music. But I feel like he had more of a whole, and I don't think I'm trying to think if there was any other rival stations because I don't think 105.1 was around like as a potent of a channel as Hot 97 was. Hot 97 was on everybody's radar because all the big wigs was over there. You had Angie Martinez, you had Star and Buck Wild, you had who else? You had what's his name? The damn DJ. Um that love dropping them damn bombs. I don't know if he's still over there. Funkmaster Flex. It was like you had all these other people that was over there. You had all the big names was over there. So with that being said, like he had a hold on a lot of the radio stations, especially when it came to New York, because he was at the time the king of New York, shiny suit man, and everybody was hating. But Diddy was powerful at that time. So yeah, a lot of people could not come out and say, oh, he assaulted him, he did this, he did it. Now, I didn't know that Dawn was coming out with new music. I told her the only recent thing I heard from her was her collaboration with K Tronado on his new album. I can't remember the song off the top of my head, but if y'all just look up K Tronado, Kaytranada, and listen to his new album, Dawn is on there, and the video is on YouTube. The video is actually pretty good. I love watching Dawn perform. She is that girl, and I'm still be not understanding why she's not as big as she is because she really throws it down when it comes to experimenting with her sound and the dancing, the music, like everything about her. I just love her. Her overall style of music, and I don't think Dawn will lie because there have been videos and incidences that they've been pulling up where she's talked a little bit about her incidences with Puff. Like there was one recently, I think she went on Sway in the Morning, and she talked about how There was one time, I guess she said that they were supposed to be in rehearsals. She and Kalenna didn't know that they were supposed to have rehearsals and submit information. Diddy was basically cussing them out, being disrespectful. She said she got in his face at one point. It's like, you want to go, we can go. You know, she from New Orleans. They don't play down there. They be ready to fight. They don't care what your gender is. They do that in Miami too, and New York. So we real ghetto like that when we need to be. We fight everybody, men, women, kids, elderly. If you pop off, like knuck if you buck, is what we say. So, and then also there was some how like he would starve them. There would be incidences where he would eat like a lot of food in front of them. So it was sort of like this whole passive aggressive, like there was always forms of abuse that Diddy was out here doing in regards of the people that he worked with. He was very abusive. I don't know what happened to him. Janice, what you do to your son? Why your son a mess? Instead of, walking around with them old dusty ass, synthetic wigs she be wearing, she should have been out here trying to make sure her son was on the right path. Her son was a damn sociopath, running around here thinking he, was the great and powerful. So let's wrap this up because I want to read these comments. So of course, because we didn't get to Kalenna, so I would just break it down the whole thing with Dawn. But when it came to Kalenna, the people was not having it on social media. So the neighborhood talk posted this, and I felt like the commentary in there was the bee's knees. So the people was reading Kalenna and feeling like she's basically covering for Diddy because she must have some type of NDA. He must have paid her off, and then her husband is actually real good friends, or since we like to talk about with Diddy SA and the men's is, should we say good Judy's, because Diddy recently had to pay $100 million lawsuit to some man in jail who claimed that Diddy assaulted him, SA'd, and did all kinds of other abusive things. And then we also have the other lawsuit from the producer that said that Diddy did some things to him. So one Mr. Ray, Mr. Ray, stay in the comments over there at the neighborhood talk, said Kalenna's check cleared and it's giving keep me out of it. Another person posted, Kalenna's husband Tony Vick is friends with Diddy, and in the documents, Dawn said Vick is really abusive to Kalenna. So let's collect the real, but still keep it cute. She may not have had a choice. Another person said, check her bank account. Another person said, I'm still waiting for Farnsworth Bentley to step to the Yeah, exactly. Where the hell is Farnsworth? Like, we've been talking about everybody else. Where is Farnsworth Bentley? We ain't heard from that man in a month of Sundays. Another person said, I'm waiting for Aubrey O'Day to drop all the tea because for years she's been making subtle hints and everyone was calling her bitter and no one acknowledged or supported her. Another person said, we seen Diddy abuse Cassie in 4K. Another person said, mentioned 33 times, but you Ray Charles now? Okay, so let's read two more. And we'll wrap it up. Somebody said, I mean, at this point, we don't need anybody else saying what they did or didn't see Diddy do to Cassie. We, the people of the world, Craig, seen it for ourselves. So what did Diddy do to y'all? And last but certainly not least, another person said, if you watch how Diddy was on Making the Band, you would absolutely believe Dawn. So exactly. And it goes on and on and on. So it just seemed like a lot of people, and surprisingly in the comments, are team Dawn Richard. And I'm with her too. Because it's like we've seen all the things that Diddy has done. Those of us who have been in that, like dipped our toe in and out and known things going on in this business, we've been aware of the shenanigans and how this man is around a lot of people and how he moves in this business. So it's not hard to believe that he would be capable of the things that he did. Now, when we say SA, there are different levels to assault. When you touching somebody behind, that is without their permission, smack them on the butt, that is assault. Unless it's sports and you on the field, baseball, football, basketball, whatever, you smack somebody on the butt, we already know that's showmanship. That's friend. That's like good job or whatever. But when you're a performer and you're a man who's in a position of power, when you think you Gladys Knight, you got the pips behind you, that is assault. And you have to realize with Diddy being who he was, he's the boss and they're his little background singers. Because Diddy wanted to be a damn pop star instead of a mogul. This is what, and I feel like he is the one that started all this producer trying to be an artist type situation. And that's why we have too many of them running around here thinking that, I was trying to think of like a big male, that a lot of these black men running around here thinking they Usher, but they just stay in the background. And somebody, because it seemed like I was trying to think of these women, but it's not a lot of female producers that we hear from. We hear more from the male ones. So I say all this to say, I'm sure this will not be the last time we hear more stuff about Diddy and everything. And I'm like, look, girl, get your coins, because she was out here saying that she wasn't even getting paid her what her for her hard work of being a part of the group and all other stuff. So over the years, all this stuff adds up, and I guess she was just gonna keep it pushing, because our generation, we were just taught that when you don't have the power, you could just pretty much, you got to keep pushing, keep pushing, keep pushing, put that thing behind you, don't let it affect you, but you got to keep pushing, because you don't want to be on the sidelines with no career. When you are in this business and you want to be famous, a lot of artists will put up with a lot of stuff. I heard one person say that the music business is nothing more than a pyramid scheme. And when you look at it, I kind of think, you know what, that is a good point. The music industry is nothing more than a pyramid scheme. It feels like it, because not a lot of artists accumulate a lot of money. That's why a lot of them got to run around doing makeup line, hair care, all that other stuff. So I tell this to say, what do y'all think of this story? Do y'all believe Dawn? Because no shade, y'all be a fool if there's people out here still believing that Diddy is completely innocent in anything this man does, especially with all the evidence that's been given to y'all within the past year. So let me know what y'all guys think of this story in the comments down below.